Hello YouTube, and this is Robert with Super Galactic Geek Reviews, and we've got a review for you today, Star Wars The Force Awakens. So, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have not seen the movie, this is a spoiler alert, because I'm going to go over certain things about the movie, and we're going to discuss this. So, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and switch off and come back after you've seen it, and then check out the review and see what you think. And leave your comments below on what you thought of the movie. So, first off, let's discuss the storyline. They changed it from the books. They said they were going to. They did. The character Ben, which is Kylo Ren, Ben Skywalker in the books was not Han Solo's son. Ben Skywalker was Luke Skywalker's son. So Ben Solo makes no sense to me, be honest with you. It should have been Jason Solo. Should have been the name of the character. They should have went with the character that was in the book name, at least. That would have made a little bit more sense to people who have read the book. If you want to change the story up, that's fine. Don't try like taking a character's name that from another character and add it in with one. That's just confusing to people who have read the books and do know what's going on with them. Second off, I really wish we would have saw more of the original cast, and they would have been featured more, especially Han Solo. This was his last Star Wars. Come on, J.J. Abrams, you could have made this man's last Star Wars the bomb, where he came out. He did a ton of lines. He did a lot, and he actually was featured as the main character on this one because of it being his last one. That's where it should have went, in my personal opinion. Do I disagree with the movie? No, I love the movie. It was a great movie. I enjoyed every minute of it. I'm just saying I would have liked to see more Han Solo in this one. I would have liked to see more action from him, a little bit more dialogue, a little bit more characterization. I do know that there is a huge gap there. And there's supposed to be a gap there, but I think they didn't fill in a lot of the storyline. They left it to your imagination, you know. Which is fine if you're planning on maybe filling some of that in with some flashbacks in the later movies. That'll be great. You know, I'll understand it fully then at that point. It'll be great and no big deal. However, you leave gaps in like that, it leaves people guessing. Like R2, what caused him to go in the sleep mode that he was in, where he had powered down? What exactly caused that? It doesn't fully explain that story part. That story part's left blank. Okay? There's parts that were in the commercials that they cut out of the movie too. And I'm kind of disappointed in that. I wish they would have kept everything in, and we would have been able to see it all. Because there's part in one of the commercials where Chewbacca and BB-8 are together. I didn't see that. There's also a part, and they only did like a small glimpse of this. One of the commercials shows Kylo Ren with the Knights of Ren. You see like the Knights of Ren for like 2 seconds on the screen. It doesn't give you any information of who these Knights of Ren are. Now, Snoke. Okay, what about this guy? Where did he come from? How did he get in the position he was in? How did he convince, as they call him, Ben, to become Kylo Ren? Those are questions that need to be answered. They need to be answered because we as Star Wars fans want to know. So, let's get that answers out there. JJ, follow it up with a sequel there telling us what's going on with these characters. Let us know who these people are. Also, I tell you, Han Solo is one of my favorite characters of all time. And to see him being taken out by his son, that was just Oh, I couldn't believe it. I was just, oh my God. And I would have liked to them not take Han out in this movie. Maybe do a Han approach his son and his son turn and walk away from him. And then Han turn around, you know, later on get a chance to at least talk to his son. Because they didn't even really do much talking at all in that part. It was like very short dialogue. It was really, really a short dialogue sequence. Me as a father, if I had lost my son like that, I'd be trying to talk to him more. And I know that coming in a father's standpoint. So that's why I said I think that scene could have used a lot more dialogue. Maybe when it comes out on Blu-ray, it'll have all the added scenes on it. It might be a little bit more dialogue, which I hope it does, because personally, I would love to see that. Now, the guy they picked for Han Solo's son, I'm trying not to be mean about this, but I think they could have found a better person, a little bit closer looking to Han Solo than him. Because, I'm sorry, Leia and Han Solo were not bad looking people, but look at Kylo Ren. I mean, that boy's got some radar ears, and I'm one with radar ears, and I can tell you, he's got some radar ears. So, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He looks like neither one of them. They could have tried to find an actor that looked somewhat between the two between the actor and actress, looked something at least similar, like it would have been their child for real, Did he do bad in the movie? No, he did not do bad in the movie. He did fairly well in the movie. Was that the part that I think he would have been suited for? Probably not. He came across as a little brat to me, more than a Sith Lord. Now, I like the character Kylo Ren. I really do. I like the concept behind it. I like the idea of the character. I just think the actor pulled it off as being a little bratty, especially with his lightsaber temper tantrum that he threw when Rey got loose. That was kind of like, okay, kid throwing a temper tantrum here. That's what it seemed like to me. So, with that said, though, did it work for that scene? Yes, it did. Would I've liked to see them try something a little different? Yes, I would have. I would have liked to see a little bit different, a little bit more effort put in on that scene. I mean, he could have had his tantrum, but it could have been a little bit cooler. He could have used the Force and slung the chair out in the hall and walked out and commanded the two stormtroopers that were standing there, find her now. That would have been more, wow, that's in your face action. Instead, the two stormtroopers come around the corner and seeing sparks and a little bit of metal flying out in the hallway there. They're like, oh crap, he's pissed, go. I think it would have been a little bit more if there was an interaction in that part of the movie too. I really do. Like I said, I love the movie. I'm a huge, huge Star Wars fan. I would just change little bits like that. I really think the next one, though, is going to really get into it. Rogue Squadron is supposed to be a huge, because the one that really started the Rogue Squadron was Luke Skywalker, really. I mean, he got the Rogue Squadron together to begin with. And so I believe with him being there and them meeting up with him at the end of the movie, which, by the way, I wish they would have met up with him a little bit sooner, because I think it would have been good to have him to have at least some lines there. He turned around and looks at Rey, and that's where we're at. And no lines for really, it was just him looking at somebody. I'm sorry, I like Luke Skywalker. Put some lines on the dude. I mean, wow. I thought, oh cool, she's finally going to see Luke. We're going to get some lines here from Luke. We're going to find out what Luke's got to say about all this. And cut. That's the end of the movie. So, I really, really think that we have a huge gap here that needs to be filled. We need to know as Star Wars fans what is going to happen with these characters. Where's it going to end up with Han? What's he going to end up, not Han, but Luke. What's he going to end up doing when he finds out that his brother-in-law was killed by his nephew who he trained? I mean, me personally, I think that's going to be huge. Okay, and now let me ask you, what happened to all of the Jedi and all that were being trained by Luke that he supposedly went off to train all these people and his nephew turned against him? Did his nephew kill everybody? Did they all decide, did Luke send them all away? What happened? We have a big gap right there. I want to know, where are the others? Surely he did not kill him off and Luke didn't stop him, because I'm sorry, I don't think Kylo is as strong as Luke with the Force. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, he could be. I could be wrong on that. Also, I wanted to say I'm really excited that the main character out of this is a female and she's training to be a Jedi. I have a daughter, and she is going to want to be Rey coming up for Halloween this coming year. I know that for a fact, because she loves Star Wars like her daddy. So, she loves that there's a female that is going to be training as a Jedi. She is in love with it. The other female character that we had such hype for, the first Imperial female stormtrooper, Captain Phasma. How many lines did she have? Like 7? Maybe? I'm like, I was excited for this. I'm like, female stormtrooper. Awesome. Awesome outfit. I love that chrome color. I was like, yeah. So excited. I wanted to see more of her. I wanted her to be like, boom, right in your face on the screen, you know? I didn't get that. I got some interaction scenes with her, and I didn't get the boom in your face ready to fight scene, you know, and I was kind of disappointed in that. I was wanting more of that character. That character looks like that character is going to be amazing. So we're kind of left on a blank on that one. Now, here's another thing that I'm kind of confused about. They come in and C-3PO goes right to Han Solo. He goes, oh, you probably didn't recognize me because of the red arm. And then he starts to explain the red arm and cuts away. What is up with the red arm? And then at the end, he's got a gold arm waving. Okay, how did his arm go from red to gold? Did they find his arm, put it back on? He was using a red one temporarily? Come on now. Explain that. Somebody, please. So, I do find a lot of gaps, a lot of holes in this, and I'm just kind of dumbfounded on where to go with it right here, right now. I love the movie. Don't get me wrong. Anything Star Wars has put out, and yes, I'm talking anything. I've even watched the holiday Christmas special. As a matter of fact, I just watched it the other day, and I watched even the Ewok movies. I don't care. I like it. It's Star Wars. I'll like it. You know, I just want more out of it than what we got, and I think also we could have got a little bit more. Now, if you go to IMDb, it tells you who Finn's father was. We didn't even touch on who they took Finn from, because they are taking these kids away from their parents. It didn't touch who his father was. And it tells you right there, his last name, Lando Calrissian, is his father, and they didn't touch on it. Come on now. That was a big thing that his last name was Calrissian. Come on. So, I was kind of upset about that. I'm hoping in Rogue Squadron we get that info. Maybe they'll pull Lando into Rogue Squadron. Hey, me personally, that would be awesome. You know? So, YouTube, you go ahead and leave your comments below. Tell me what you thought of the movie. And tell me what you think about those gaps that I was discussing with you. So, go ahead and click the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and be proud to be a geek.